So welcome to this class on how to attract growth-oriented friends into your life. You know, each of us have a yearning and a longing that goes beyond the ego's desires and needs, the ego's agendas, and it is the desire and the longing of your soul and your spirit. It is a hunger, a spiritual hunger and thirst that each of us have. And what we really want, I'm always amazed when I work with people in private sessions. Sometimes I'll run across a person, I'll ask them, well, what do you want? They say, well, I want to be happy. Okay, well, what will make you happy? And a lot of people kind of draw a blank on that. Or they go through the common things that everybody knows. But what we really yearn for and long for is that we want to have vibrant health, abundant energy, and overall well-being. That's the first thing that we desire, is to have an abundance of vibrant health and energy to get through our day. That's something we all yearn for and strive for. And through diet and exercise and taking care of yourself, certainly you can achieve that fairly easily. There's a lot of knowledge about how to do that. But another thing that people want, that yearn for, is they want productive and meaningful work. They want productive and meaningful work and rewarding successes. They want successes that are rewarding, that are satisfying. And they want productive work. Now, what is productive work? Productive work is any work that challenges you to grow, to become more, to learn new skills, to rise to the challenge of those new skills. That's what productive work is. And any work that you do that no longer becomes productive becomes very draining and exhausting. And deep down, you really want to find productive work that can lead to rewarding successes in your life. And a lot of people, the ego says, no, I just want a lot of money so I don't have to work. That's what the ego says. But work is a major factor in longevity. To have a reason, a purpose, to serve humanity on some level is something that we all yearn for and desire. And the ego that says, no, I want to win the lottery so I don't have to work, or I want to make a lot of money so I don't have to work. Your higher self often will intercede with that because it means to cut your life short. So productive work is important. And as some of you out there may be looking for new jobs and new work and new careers after this, last year and a half, make that clear that you want work that challenges you. Challenge is not a bad thing. we tend to relate challenge as difficulty, and it's not. It strengthens you. It stretches you. And so challenging work is something that keeps it interesting and alive. And that's the second thing you want, is productive work and rewarding successes. The third thing that you long for and yearn for is fulfilling intimate relationships. Fulfilling intimate relationships and close, growth-oriented friends. That's what you also long for. You don't want just more people in your life. And you probably have several friends that you've grown apart. Friendships can wax and wane, and they can grow closer and they can grow apart. But what you want to be able to have a handful. It doesn't have to be the majority of your friends, but a good handful of friends that are close and they're growth oriented. They're in alignment with your belief systems, with your spirituality, with your ideas. Not 100%, but enough where you feel that you can be yourself completely around those type of people. And they don't judge you. And they seek to understand, and they're compassionate. Growth-oriented friends in fulfilling intimate relationships. Not just one relationship, but relationships. And I'm not talking about a sexual nature. I'm talking about the intimate, close relationships that you can have that are non-physical, but that are emotionally rich and alive and vibrant. So that's the third thing you want, is fulfilling intimate relationships and close growth-oriented friendships. The fourth thing that you desire is to discover and to express your creativity, your power, your talent, and your strengths. You have strengths that you might have set down in your childhood or in adolescence or in your teenage years, and you have gifts and talents that you may or may not be even aware of. But you all have spiritual gifts and talents, and as you want to discover them and then learn to express them, to share your creativity, to share your power and your talent. That's another desire of the soul and the spirit, the more truer self, not just your ego self, but your truer self. And then finally, and this is not the final thing that you want, but for today's class, I'm only going to mention 5. And these I think are very important. And the final one is to connect, deepen, and expand your spirituality. Your spirituality isn't a rule book. Religion try to make and capture your spirituality and make it into rules and regulations, and if you be a good little boy or a good little girl, then you get rewarded at the end of your life with heaven. But meanwhile, you need to delay your happiness, delay your joy, delay your successes, and wait and suffer and sacrifice and all that stuff that religion has tried to manipulate and control your spiritual nature. But spirituality is a relationship that you have with God, Goddess, all that is. And everyone has a relationship. Even the atheist has a relationship. It's one of denial. It's a dysfunctional relationship, but it's like a cell in your body. A cell in your body cannot not have a relationship with the body, but that cell can become diseased, it can become dysfunctional and turn against the flow of the body, but it still has a relationship. And likewise, your spirituality, you have a yearning to understand it, to understand your nature, your spiritual nature, the eternal part of you that never ages. It grows wiser as you continue to mature and evolve. And you want that deep relationship. And yet religion has failed for so many people, thinking they would get their spirituality through religion. And in many ways, they've thrown the baby out with the bathwater. They don't even approach spirituality. They think of spirituality as religion. And it's very different. It's your personal and private relationship with God, Goddess, all that is. Hear that. All that is. The goddess energy creates soul. The God force fills the soul with the light of spirit. The light of spirit. And your connection to the divine is that everyone has a soul and spirit. So your spirituality is your relationship with God, Goddess, which means that everyone who has a soul and a spirit, every human being is a part of your relationship with the divine. Your relationship with yourself, with your body, with your emotions, your relationship with your family and your friends, that's all part of your spirituality. It's not separate from life. And God, Goddess, all that is. Your relationship with the weather, with nature, your relationship with your community, all of that is your spirituality. And it's either born on compassion, understanding, and love, or out of resistance, fear, and separation. And all of us start our lives in that place of feeling separate and isolated and disconnected. And that's okay, because it makes you appreciate when you do have those connections and that yearning to not only connect with the divine, but to open up and to find those fulfilling, intimate relationships and those close, growth-oriented friends is what we're going to unravel, what I would do in this process, and to share with you a technique, several techniques that work very powerfully to do this.